Kennen is the first ever purple yellow legend in Riftbound, merging two really strong colors, and it also utilizes the graveyard as an extension of its hand via the new flow and burn mechanics. People have theorized several ways to play Kennen. There are control variants that utilize Pack of Wonders and Ruination. There are baited hook variants that aim to cheat in really big units while revealing Nocturnes off the top 5. But what I have for you here is my first take at a mid-range graveyard Kennen. Let's start by taking a look at the battlefields. We have Zon Warrens, which is one of the best battlefields in the game. It fuels your graveyard with all of your flow effects, also helps you meet your graveyard requirements for Rasa the Sunderer. We also have Candlelit Sanctum, which besides just making your deck more consistent, is also going to give you the opportunity to hit Nocturnes off the top of your deck. And then of course we have Minefield, and if you are able to mill flow cards, you're essentially drawing those cards, which is really powerful. Getting into the main board, we have Kennen Storm of Shuriken as our chosen champion. We do also play the yellow Kennen as one of our utility hidden cards alongside Hidden Blade, Edge of Night. These are really nice cards to have when you are playing 3 seals. The 2-drop lineup, we're only going for 7 here, which is a little bit lower than I usually like to play, but there's so many other good toolbox cards that I wanted to fit in the deck, and it's not really uncommon to play a stack deck or a lightning rush on turn 1 and hit a Nocturne. So sometimes Nocturne will even be your turn 1 play. We have 2 copies of X because this is a mid-range deck. This is not like a miracle deck that you might be used to. These colors are a little bit slower paired together than your typical like purple red, but still really strong. And you're really just playing a value game here because you get to play with your graveyard as an extension of your hand. In purple and yellow, we have 2 of the best ambush units in the game. Kha'Zix's Mutating Horror, which is notably very good against Master Yi, which we expect to be very strong. Vi Peacekeeper can also be good against Yi, but not up against the Ruin Runner, so this is just generally better against other units that you need to stun in your opponent's defending battlefields. 3 copies of Rasa, I think you will play in any graveyard-centric deck. And then for the spells, the 9 copies of Stack Deck, the 3 OG Stack Decks, the 3 Lightning Rushes, and the ability to use all 3 Lightning Rushes as flow cards in your graveyard is always going to be super strong. We're also taking a Flash, a Hard Bargain, and a Death Grip alongside the 2 standard Starcross. We also have Last Rites because we are a self-mill deck. We want to avoid decking out, and we can also replay some units from the graveyard if we need to, but this deck isn't like a turbo mill where I'm afraid of decking out like I am more so in Zed, so we'll see if that ends up being necessary. But this is version 1 of Kennen Rasa mid-range graveyard stuff. Let's go ahead and play some games. Alright, for Battlefield, Zon Warren and Candlelit Sanctum can easily be your blind game 1 battlefields. We will go ahead and start with the Zon Warrens. For this one, we're up against a Renata deck, so let's see what Renata can do in set 4. We are going to be going second here, so we'll mulligan with that in mind. Definitely too early for Rasa. I think Hard Bargain has potential to be really good. Hidden Blade, it's probably a little bit early for that. And then Fizz can always just be solid, recycling things out of the graveyard. So we'll go like that. Our opponent will start their turn. Of course, going second, we have the option for a turn 1 Kennen. If I can get into a seal on this next draw, that'll be quite good. He goes for the turn 1 Sprite Fountain. That's going to be all good. I can't do anything to stop that. I have literally no energy. So we'll see what we have here. So I think my turn 1 is a very standard Kennen here. So we're going to go ahead and recycle 1. We're going to go ahead and burn 2. Not the best burns, but that's okay. We're also going to empower our legend because we played a card not from our hand. We'll go ahead and pass. He is going to get another Sprite Fountain token. So he will be on 2 points very quickly. Kind of ironic that we're playing Forgotten Monument when we're looking to score so quickly, but I guess when you can score 1 battlefield, that's perfectly fine. His first discard was a Black Rose Dignitary. He'll now discard a Shadow Call, and he'll pass with 3 open. Interesting. I think I can swing into the Sprite, but there's really not a reason to. I'm on my second turn, so I actually can't score the Forgotten Monument. I could also just not score in general and leave this as a turn for him to kind of waste 3 open energy. That could be pretty good. What am I walking into? Maybe a Wages of Pain. I don't know what I'd be super afraid of walking into here. I could just play this a little bit slower because this is not going to hold. So let's go ahead and start with a stack deck. Got to make sure I remember to get the difference between stack deck and Lightning Rush. Make sure I don't put my Lightning Rush cards to the bottom. All right, with this one, I think we'll probably go ahead and take the Shadow Order Disciple. I don't think we need the last rites. We can go ahead and develop the Disciple. I think we can just pass here, let the sprite go to its temporary. Let's see what Renata has in store for us on 5 energy. I'll give myself a quick reminder of what Renata actually does. So this is a blue-yellow legend. When you or an ally hold, you may exhaust me to play a gold gear token exhausted. And then when your score is within 3 of victory, your gold add energy as well. And he has another sprite fountain. So yep, that's going to be fine. He is scoring very, very quickly. But I think I'm okay with this because he's not making a permanent board. So I may have to swing into 3 energy again, which is okay. I am on my 3rd turn, so I can now score the Forgotten Monument. I also have defense open for Kha'Zix. Could offensively vie if I need to. So, let's go ahead and throw Kennen up here. Pass focus. He's going to let that go, so we do score that one. I think I can pitch one of these extra copies of Vi. I think we will then move the Shadow Order Disciple here. I will burn one. It's going to be a Rasa, not the best mill, but that's okay. We score there. Now, he's got nothing in development. He will actually have a sprite token next turn, so how do I want to defend against that? My only real defense would be Kha'Zix. I can definitely leave 4 open. That's not too big of an ask, so I think I'll play Lightning Rush here. Let's make sure we don't put those to the bottom. Oh, and we get a Nocturne. This is really, really nice. So I think I will take Vex to hand. I think I will play Nocturne, and then the Traveling Merchant will be discarded. So we'll pay the power for that. We'll bring the Nocturne into play with the Shadow Order Disciple because it prevents him from swinging in, and he's going to disconnect. All right, so very early on, you can see what the Kennen deck was trying to do. We'll hop into another game because that one was definitely quite quick. All right, for the second game, let's give Candlelit Sanctum a shot as the blind go first battlefield. Up against Aurelia, so this should be a very, very good game. We do get the benefit of going first. We do have a 2-drop. Starcross can be solid. We keep opening Hidden Blade. I think we need to throw that back. It's a 1-of, which is kind of funny. We keep opening with it. Lightning Rush is kind of always good, so I think I'm down to keep this. Starcross can be very good if he kind of plays a little bit greedy with his Aurelia, so I think we'll keep this. We'll go right into our 2-drop, and we will pass. Let's see what new tricks Aurelia is going to have up her sleeve. We have a turn 1 Zonias, so I am in a good spot just to score here. We have a lot of stack decks, so I'll probably go ahead and go with the Shadow Order Disciple up to the Candlelit. I don't think I want to burn anything because I just want to see what's on top with Candlelit. I don't really want to burn a Nocturne, even though the odds are pretty unlikely. We'll go ahead and take a look at top 2. We have a Vex and another Lightning Rush. Okay, getting Vex out is actually not too bad. Obviously, we can't play it this turn, but we will be able to pick it up with one of the Lightning Rush in our hand, and I'm down to keep the other one on top because if we put it in the grave with another Lightning Rush, we just get to play it from the grave later on. So I think we will go ahead and do just that. Use a Lightning Rush in our hand. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, taking a Vi here is actually really good too, but Vex can slow him down a good bit. So I think we actually take the Vex. I think we discard the Vi and the Lightning Rush. We let that go to the grave. Now, we still don't have much to play. We could just play Kennen from our hand. He could go into some Accelerate Aurelia shenanigans. Actually, no, not really, because he's going to tap out for that if he plays it. So we probably are in a pretty okay spot to tap out for Kennen. That is going to empower our legend. We will mill the top 2. Ah, the Nocturne just a little bit further down. Unfortunate, but we will discard those 2. And we will pass to our Aurelia opponent. We'll see what the big plan is. Tapping out directly for Aurelia. I can pretty severely stunt his development here with Starcrossed. And I can actually flow Starcross next turn, which is pretty funny. Do I want to take the hit in Deflect? I don't know if I necessarily mind it that much. I think that getting ahead here could be really good. Maybe prevent him from utilizing his Defies, right? It's kind of one of those situations where like you want to use it while you can. Taking a quick look at our grave here. We do have some flow stuff. I don't think we need to play it quite yet. So I think we'll go 1, 2, 3, recycle 2. We'll go with the Starcross right away, just because it's essentially going to be a time walk. We will go ahead and play the Shadow Order Disciple. And then, I mean, this is not necessarily a free score because he can actually play Aurelia next turn and do some accelerating shenanigans. So I think being on 2 here is pretty much fine. We'll go ahead and pass. We have a Kali coming down this time instead of Aurelia. Honestly, this card is also pretty scary to deal with. We do get the first opportunity to Targon's next turn, which I do actually like quite a bit. So hopefully we can get some good value out of that. All right, we can also double conquer this turn. So I think, he's not really going to be able to gank across very effectively unless he has boots in hand. If he had boots, I don't see why he wouldn't just tap out for it, considering how safe his Akali is here. So let's see. I also can't flow the Starcross because I can't target the Aurelia in base. So what I'm kind of leaning into here is making sure I can keep up Kha'Zix. So there's not much here I want to actually flow in my grave. I do have a 2-drop to develop in the back. So I think we'll go Kennen up here. Pass focus. He'll pass focus as well. Again, not really much I want to give flow here, I don't think. So we're triggering the Targon's Peak. We will move Shadow Order Disciple up here. We will burn one because we want to start putting a little bit more towards our Rasa. We mill another Starcross, which is kind of a good and a bad thing, to be honest. Now, I could develop a 2-drop in the back, or I could go for a stack deck and a Lightning Rush to try and develop our hand a little bit further. I think I want the board presence right now, because if I can get one or either of these to survive next turn, I think I'll be in a pretty good spot. So if I go with the Order Disciple, untap 2 for Targon's, and I can still stack deck on his turn, maybe hit something like a Nocturne. That'd be pretty cool. Although we have milled 1 so far, so there's a chance. Twilight Shroud coming down, giving the Akali +1. I also won't be able to target it, but actually that's not my main plan. I don't actually want to target down this Akali, so that's going to be fine. Akali coming in, it's going to be a 7, I believe, because of the Twilight Shroud. He goes for a stack deck here. Definitely not going to be impossible for him to deal with the Kha'Zix, but I think it might require him to invest a lot. All right, we'll drop the Kha'Zix. We'll see how lucky we get here. This is going to become a 6. And then we pass back to you, good sir. All right, let's go pass focus back, and then we will trade Kha'Zix for Akali. He does have the opportunity to ready it, though, with just about any spell in his deck, so that could be a little bit worrisome. We did have to get the Zhonya's out one way or another, though. Did we just see a tap 5? He might just be developing Aurelia here. Okay, he'll develop a Stellacorn Herder. And pay another 2. This time it'll be for a Guardian Angel. He could just come in and swing with the Akali once again. He would then be leaving it pretty vulnerable to my next turn. Killing Kennen is going to be pretty good here. It's going to be hard for me to actually get the Starcross back unless I draw into Fizz. He'll equip the GA onto the Stellacorn, probably thinking if he wants to ready it, he'll actually pass back over to us. Okay, so we do double conquer. This is a pretty good spot to be in. The fact that I get to walk back both my units, I am very, very happy about. So we'll walk back the Kennen. We'll walk back the Disciple. I can burn one. I don't really need to, though, because these Lightning Rushes and stack decks are going to turn on my Rasa anyway. So I think what we will do is go for a stack deck. Take a look at top 3. Edge of Night, Hard Bargain, stack deck once again. I do have a lot of filtration. I think I have another Lightning Rush in my graveyard as well. Edge of Night is not as proactive as I would like it to be. He's on high runes. I don't know if Hard Bargain is going to be that fantastic anyway. I think I'll take the stack deck here. So these will all go to the bottom. I will now go for the Lightning Rush. We get Rasas and 2 2-drops we don't want. So that's actually great. So we can discard those, resolve that. We have 4 now to play Vex. And then honestly, just burn 2 power to play 2 Rasas. I very much like that. I think it's still going to be very hard for him to defend against all this might, even though he is Aurelia with 5 cards in hand and 9 runes and 2 rather large units. Can't do much to stop the card draw from the Stellacorn Herder, but that's okay. You gotta let him have it. This is gonna be, yeah, actually his first point in the game. So we're definitely doing pretty well in the points department, that's for sure. Coming into the Targon's Peak, that is also just going to be fine. Charm coming down, he's going to choose the Vex. Where is he bringing the Vex to? To the Akali battlefield. All right, so by using my Kennen, I can actually force him to use another card, which might not seem all that great, but I think it's actually kind of decent here. So I am going to use the Kennen, making the Vex a 6 attacker. And the funny thing is, if he's only sitting on like a Defiant Dance, that's going to be more deflect. I guess he wouldn't have to use the minus on the Vex, so that could be an option for him. But yeah, I mean, Discipline gets out of this pretty easily, but the more I make him burn on his own turn, the better it's going to be for me. He'll go for an On Guard here. That's totally fine. Needed to use cards. So he can use that floated energy that he has. That's going to make the Akali an 8. And that is going to be enough to kill my Vex. I have no issues with that. I'm actually very happy it wasn't a Discipline. And yeah, Defiant Dance wouldn't make as much sense. So he totally could have Defiant Dance. But I can turn my Legend and Power back on by using a flow from the graveyard. So we'll keep that in mind. He's going to play Aurelia directly to the battlefield. Very interesting choice here. I actually don't even really have to swing over this. I don't have to invest a lot into doing that. I can just swing over the Stellacorn Herder, get myself to 6, and then worry about double conquering next turn while setting up with stack deck and all the flow in my grave. That seems like a bit more of a sound plan. Although getting kills here would just be really, really good. I don't know how many kills I'll be able to get with the 3 cards in his hand. So he hides a card over at the Stellacorn Herder, making that a little bit less desirable for me to attack into. He's only got 2 cards in hand, so I'm feeling maybe a little overconfident that I can get some kills here. I think what I at least first want to do is go ahead and use Lightning Rush from the grave to at least empower my Legend. He's going to say that's okay. So we'll look at the top 3. We had a Nocturne, which is not 100% necessary right now. I only have 4 open, so I can't Vi this turn, but Vi could be very valuable for next turn. So I think we will go ahead and take Vi. I can still play Nocturne and have Vi ready for next turn. So I think we're doing that. We're playing this. We're discarding this. We're going to be recycling that to play down the Nocturne. This is going to get removed from the game. I could swing everything into these 2 battlefields. I mean, worst case, he goes for a Flash, which I don't know if Aurelia is still going to be playing in set 4. I think I kind of want to go for it, to be honest. If I send in both Rosses, what do I really lose here? Let's give it a shot. Let's go. That's going to be 8. This is going to be 12. Defiant Dance can get him a lot of value here. I can also just flash my units out if he commits too much. So I think I'll just swing 12. And then if I can maybe get the other battlefield, I really need to get 6 points this turn. That's what I really need to do. The hidden on the other side is also one of the trickier parts. Like, is it an Edge of Night? Is it a Switcheroo? Is it a Tide Turner? If it is Tide Turner, you can get one of his units here to safety. It is going to be a Tide Turner. Let's see who his target is to move. He'll bring the Aurelia over. He'll go ahead and trade one of the Rosses, so I will get to 6 points this turn. I do also have a Targon's Trigger. That's really, really beneficial right now. So I think I will probably go for a stack deck, just to see if we can get some more useful tools. We had another Nocturne. Holy. So I can still Nocturne here, and I can still play Vi next turn. So I think that's probably my play. And I can also take Fizz to hand if anything goes horribly wrong. And then I can put the Seal to the bottom. We get the Nocturne here. Stack deck goes to bottom. I could just get the Kennen down on board for more might and then untap 2 with the Targons. Pass like this. Honestly, feeling pretty good about this. Like, he can move Stellacorn and get a draw. He'll have to have some sort of spell to gank over the other side, but I think he's going to be pretty depleted on resources by the time this is all said and done. GA comes down. This can get him to the other side, although it looks like he'll equip it directly to Aurelia. I think that's a little bit of an odd play, unless you're just really trying to fortify and hold that one battlefield, which could be his option, could be his play. Stellacorn moves back, draws a card. He is going to pass with 6 energy open and 3 cards in hand. So I do hold to 7. So yeah, I mean, really all I have to do here is just send everything. And I can go for the stun on the Aurelia. I don't think he's going to be able to do too much about that. So we move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units here. We can burn 2 to make the Shadow Order Disciples a little bit bigger. And I really don't even have to, I don't have to even stun with the Kennen because I can just play the Vi if I absolutely need to. So yeah, that's fine. I mean, that goes to 10. Right now, I'm at 4, 8, 11, 15, 17, 20 might. We'll see if he can actually get there. I don't think he'll be able to, but I think once I bring in the 5 might Vi, I think that's probably going to be it. He does have Defiant Dance. So let's see who he wants to minus. He'll minus a Nocturne down to 2, so I'll be at 18. He's at 16 currently. I'm assuming his count is correct, to be honest. And looks like that's going to be GG. So another solid game from Kennen. Actually getting the Nocturnes down this time. Feels really strong. All right, for the third game, we'll give Minefield a whirl. All right, so we're up against a Rengar. We get the fortune of going first. Wouldn't normally play Minefield when we're going first, but that's okay. We are going to take a look at our opening hand. Vex is just an insanely strong card against Rengar in general. Unfortunately, feels a little bit early for Rasa. Flash could be really strong for saving us from some early aggression, so I think I'll throw back Ride the Wind, although I can see an argument for keeping either one. We will mulligan 2. We are not fortunate enough to get into a 2-drop, but maybe we get Lightning Rush into a Nocturne. Taking a look at our top 3, we hit another stacked deck. I hate to throw away a Vi, but I think we kind of have to. We will take the stacked deck to hand. We will go with the stacked deck. We do get a Nocturne. We like that, and I don't think we really care about Traveling Merchant at this point. So we'll take that to hand. We'll put that to bottom, and we'll put the Nocturne in play. We get to empower our Legend because we did play a unit from outside of our hand, and we will pass turn. 3 coming down for a Determined Sentry and a Noxus Hopeful. I don't know if I'm able to immediately conquer because I don't want to give up my Nocturne right away. My development's also a little weird because I don't want to set myself back on runes too hard. I could go for like a Hide Edge of Night play, but I'm still going to be setting my runes back. A Seal here would actually be really nice. So I think I want to go ahead and rip a stack deck. If I don't hit a 2-drop though, my development's going to be pretty weak, all things considered, but let's go for it. We hit a Kha'Zix, a Tide Turner, and a Fizz. What is our best course of action here? Kha'Zix doesn't seem too bad, to be honest. I already have a Fizz, and Tide Turner doesn't seem like it's doing too much for us here. But we are in that exact problem that I mentioned where we just don't have the best development to actually kind of be playing the game. So am I going to give up this double conquer here? There seems like a decent chance that's what I'll have to do. I could move up. I could hide the Edge of Night, but I don't know that's really going to get me exactly where I want to be. This is really bad, but I feel like I have to pass. I don't know. Unfortunately, Kennen's +2 is a one-sided battle trick, so I don't think I get great value from that. An early Seal here would have really fixed this exact hand, but we will see what our opponent's up to. Notably, Emperor's Dies is errated, so he would have to actually pay the energy to get a clone. I guess I could have moved up Nocturne and maybe flashed out if he did something crazy. But it feels like a little bit of a waste no matter how we go about it. The Noxus Hopeful comes in. That is going to be fine. We'll tap 3 more. This time we'll get a Grim Apothecary. Hopeful comes back to hand. And Determined Sentry comes back down. Okay, so I do get a free swing over the Sand Soldier. Not quite out of the woods yet, though. We'll go Nocturne up here. We'll pass Focus. It's going to be a point for us. What is my next development? He easily swings over Vex if I play it now. I could develop Shadow Order in the back. Still don't love the position, but I think we're going to develop Disciple. Taking a quick look at our graveyard, nothing too amazing. I think we will hide the Edge of Night. And I think we will pass turn from here. Again, I had the option for Flash if I absolutely need it. Maybe a Rengar comes down, in which case flashing seems okay. Trading with the Rengar also seems okay. I could force him to possibly then commit to like a punch first and then just flash out. That would be actually really, really good. But we'll see if that's the option he actually goes for. All right, Grim Apothecary comes in, and so does an Inferna. So that is going to be 7 to my 4, because the Rengar Legend is a very strong card. So I think we will flip Edge of Night. That's going to get equipped to the Nocturne. Unfortunately, I don't have much else to do besides flash out unless I want to partially trade, but I just don't think that's really good, to be honest. Like, I just have nothing going for me on the board here, so I think I'm just going to flash out. This is looking like a really, really rough one, but that's okay. He gets to conquer here, probably bouncing back the Inferna. Actually going to be the Grim Apothecary, all right. He does get a Sand Soldier token here. I'm still in an okay spot to swing back over that. Next turn, he will move up to the Minefield. That's also going to be okay. One way or another, I do have to be a little bit cautious about his battle tricks, unless he just decides to tap out here. So Grim Apothecary comes down. Inferno goes back to hand. Another Determined Sentry goes down in the base. So again, we're swinging over the battlefields for free. That's one upside of what's happening here. There aren't too many upsides, as well as drawing another Nocturne. Definitely not what we want to be doing. But we're going to have Nocturne swing over the Sand Soldier. That's going to be fine. We're going to have Shadow Order Disciple swing this way. We will burn one because we want to set up our graveyard for the hopeful Rasas that we're going to be drawing. We're also going to mill 2 more. We end up milling a Rasa, which is not the best, but it happens. So we have 6 energy here. I think we definitely need to keep up for Kha'Zix. The one actually kind of good thing is we can play Vex to a battlefield, but he does have the ability to swing into it pretty freely. So our best course of action might just be leave everything up for Kha'Zix. I mean, if we can survive with one of these battlefields under control going into next turn, I think that's kind of our best bet. I don't know if we actually do that in the face of Rengar, but maybe Hard Bargain plus Kha'Zix gets us there. I think we have to play this a little bit slower. It's going to go with a Sabotage. So fortunately, there's nothing great he can actually take here. He's obviously going to take the Hard Bargain, but maybe I have to use it. Yeah, I got to use it because I'm going to make him use energy on this turn, right? So we'll go ahead and use the Hard Bargain. He'll pay for it. That's cool. Can't take another card out of my hand, so that was probably the right move. Now he actually knows to play around the Kha'Zix, which is definitely pretty unfortunate, but we'll see how he swings. Rengar plus Apothecary would be a 9. Kha'Zix actually would be 10 because of the Rengar Legend ability. So that does trade with the Nocturne and the Kha'Zix. So I'm probably going to have to defend the smaller battlefield, whatever he swings at lower. Probably not going to get my Nocturne to see the next turn, but that's okay. Grim comes down to Emperor's Dryad. This is going to be, once again, a swing for 7. He's only got 4 up, so he can't actually play Rengar this turn. This is going to be a 7. He's got 4 left. If I get to 10, I mean, he's almost certainly clearing both battlefields. So I think I have to just trade Nocturne probably into the Grim. But this Inferno is just swinging for so much for such a cheap cost every single time. I guess... Man, I hate this. But I guess we just trade with the Apothecary. Edge of Night comes back. We're doing the good old swap for the Sand Soldier. Sentry is currently a 2 might unit. He will have the option to bring the Inferno in once again, which would then be a 6 to my 6. Man, this guy's playing this really, really well. So it's going to be 2 energy there. Inferno's coming down. That is going to be a 5 and a 6. I mean, I can get a trade here, but I don't think I have a whole lot else going for me if I do this. But I think I have to do it. He probably has the punch first just to completely blow this out. But I think we have to do it. Seems like he'll let it trade. That's going to work for me. All right, we go to 7 energy. What is our main play here? Vex plus Kennen, and then... Yikes. All right. So we'll float 1 here for the seal. We will play the Kennen. We'll burn 2. And then we will drop 4 for the Vex. He is going to hold to 6. We're in a bit of trouble here. We kind of really need to draw Starcross, to be completely honest. But we have to go ahead and pass with that. All right, 5 and a red come down. Kaisa is going to immediately take the Minefield. Yes, he will get a free draw there. He still has 5 for his own Rengar. He has also just milled a Rengar. He's going to pay 3 for first mate, bringing the Kaisa back. Very, very smart here. Now I'm essentially in the position where I have to Omega hold. Drawing a Hidden Blade is somewhat conducive to that, but I think this is going to be where we have to fold. I mean, we'll play it out just for the sake of doing it. We actually never got a chance to use our Kennen Legend ability here, which is really unfortunate, but we will go with a Vex over to the Minefield. We are very much hoping to hit a Starcross, which I don't think totally matters at this point anymore, but we do hit one, so that goes to discard. We do have a Fizz to knock something back up, probably the Hopeful, but again, it's not great. So we can go like this, equipping here. We can unhide that. We can go Kennen up to Emperors. I mean, at this point, we pretty much have to try and hold both battlefields, although, again, definitely a really rough spot. Now, if I'm not going to be giving the Starcross flow, there's something else I want to do. Probably just a stack deck, right? So we will go ahead and stack deck from Kennen. We do hit a Nocturne, and Death Grip could be something here. So, okay. If we're going to draw anything and get us out of this, it's some combination of this stuff. So we'll go Nocturne here. We have the Death Grip to port that over to the other side if we absolutely need to. We will go ahead and play Fizz. Fizz is going to Starcross himself and the Hopeful. It's going to cost me another purple. We can now go ahead and hide the Hidden Blade here. This is going to go to the bottom of the deck because it was played with Fizz. And is there anything else that we can really fizz out right now? We definitely don't want to be fizzing a flash here. So I actually need to keep this up because I do have the Death Grip. So I think we have to pass like this and kind of just pray, to be honest. Pray he kind of swings in correctly, and then our Vex can live. That can actually maybe do something for us here. If we were on 6 points, though, that would just be a whole different ballgame. It'd actually be a crazy comeback if we were on exactly 6 points. Because this is kind of the hand that can do it. Not saying it's the hand that's going to do it, but it's the hand that can do it. I probably should have used a Lightning Rush because I have 2 energy I'm doing nothing with. But at the same time, I don't know if setting my runes back for a possible next turn would actually help me. So Kingu Initiate comes down. It's going to buff the first mate up to a 4. Going to draw him a card as well. First mate coming over to this side. I think I pretty much just have to let that go. Going to go ahead and kill a Nocturne. That is perfectly acceptable. We're tapping, seems like 2 here. Fey Focus coming down here. Kaisa is going to go swing over the Kennen. This is a really unfortunate set of events for my part. I can't ever afford to crack the Vex, and the Hidden Blade doesn't do anything for me either here. Looking at my trash, yikes, I might just have to let this go. I don't know how I get over to this actual battlefield, but yeah, I think I have to. He's gonna draw a lot of cards off of this. Yeah, I gotta let that go. Just needed one more unit somewhere else to get the Death Grip value there. Very unfortunate. So he's going for the Omega hold on this side. I will hold to 6 points. I don't really think I have anything. I'm pretty sure I mulliganed a Ride the Wind at the beginning of the game. See how I said I could have seen the value in that? So, okay. I guess what I could do here, it's really not going to get me there. But I guess what I can do here is I can play Fizz directly to the battlefield. This is a combination of 4, 6, 10, and he's totally sitting on a punch first. So I guess I could play Fizz. Go for a flash play. And I mean, Death Grip is probably more value than Hidden Blade at this point, unless I don't even know what I could draw, but I guess I would do this. Hidden Blade the Fizz. Move back the Vex. Everything bad is happening right now, but we can not do a whole lot. That is going to be a GG on this one. That's 3 games. Honestly, I recorded this for probably the better part of 2 hours, just trying to get good games between people leaving and disconnecting and stuff like that. But hopefully you guys got to see a little bit of what this Kennen deck could do. I like this build quite a lot. I like the toolbox elements of it. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe, drop a like. Let me know what you think could be changed about this Kennen deck, and I'll see you guys in the next one.